Mr. Frank, the Ghost Martin. Frank, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
Doing wonderful. How's training camp? How's everything going? Where are you at this stage of your preparation?
Everything good, man. I'm ready. As far as where I'm at right now, I'm ready. I'm ready to go right now. We still just fine tuning, 2 more weeks, but just making sure we tight on all the little things.
What's this last 2 weeks of camp like, Frank? What is the situation? Everybody knows what's at hand. It's all over the TV. It's all over social media. You're a guy that normally stays locked in for any boxing fans that live under a rock and don't know. How do you ride these last 2 weeks out with all the anxiety and anxiousness, or is there any?
Man, really just staying focused, staying focused. And when I say like the little things, like just paying attention to all the little things and understanding all the little things that we need to do come fight night.
When we analyzed Tank Davis, a couple of weeks ago, we had you guys together, press conference of the day of Canelo and Munguia. You guys exchanged some words. One thing that I got from the Davis camp and the overall just kind of modus of the afternoon was that they feel like you're not ready, and the narrative that you're not ready was heavy in the air, which you vehemently denied. Can you talk to us about that for a little bit?
That's what they want me to believe. You know what I mean? They want to put it in the air to make me believe I ain't ready. You know what I mean? Question myself, doubt myself, I'm here for a reason. I fought to get in this position, so, I'm more than ready.
When we break the odds down, I was looking at the odds today. Tank opens at a negative 700. You at a plus 450. Quite the underdog. First time that you've been an underdog in a little while, I think, since the last time was the Michelle Rivera fight, which, in my estimation, might have been the cornerstone performance of your career. What do you think about that going into this bout?
More motivation, just more motivation, like I tell everybody, I keep telling them bet with me, win with me, so, it's just more motivation. I ain't tripping on them odds.
You've had you you've been in big fights, but let's just be honest. This is the biggest fight. This is the fight that you've wanted. I've talked to you on so many different occasions, and you've really let me know, man, this is a fight I feel like I can win. I've heard you say before that if Tank slips up, that you're going for the KO. Do you feel like there are counter-punching opportunities there when you watch Tank Davis?
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. It's kind of punches with any fighter. It's always, some type of way a fighter can get countered, in that ring, it ain't a such thing as a perfect fighter, so it's always little slip ups that happen. You just got to be ready to catch them when they happen.
How do you, the way that Tank kind of works the rounds, especially in his last 12 fights, uh, around 30, 34 punches around, kind of a hypnotic pace, if you will, lands at about a high 40% clip. But in that 93% or higher knockout ratio, how do you avoid kind of fighting his pace and to carry your own?
Really, man, just going in there being me, going in there being me, staying focused and just doing what I do.
Do you feel like the energy between you guys, do you feel like a slugfest could kind of break out like it sort of did in the sparring session that you guys had a couple of years ago? Do you think something like that could be happening? Would you be game for that?
Yeah, it could possibly happen. It could possibly happen.
A lot going on around you. Part of your management team, Errol Spence Jr., Derek James. Errol Spence Jr. is back, scheduled to fight Sebastian Fundora in October in Dallas. What kind of boost has that been for you in the camp that you're in?
It's good to see him back. It's good to see him back. He back training, working. We didn't hit some runs and stuff together. So it's good to see him back in the mix.
When you're training, have you trained out? And I wanted to get into that. When you train with Errol, because I know you guys, I've seen you guys on social media. Look like that you've been training together. But when you're together, is it in a boxing capacity, or are you guys doing more strength and conditioning together?
Uh, more like runs. We doing cardio and stuff together.
Okay. Have you gotten a chance to meet his new trainer or the new coach that he's working with? Have you gotten acquainted with him at all?
Far as
Like,
who?
his new coach, Earl's new coach, since he's not working with Derek James?
I don't really know fully what's going on, but the guys he's training with right now, yeah, I know the guys. Be around each other and stuff a lot.
Are one of these guys potentially going to be taking over the trainer duties, or you just
I couldn't
oh,
tell
yeah?
you. Yeah, that I couldn't tell you. I don't know what's going on with that.
So usually, with you being Errol's fighter, does Errol come and see you train when you're training with Derek, or do you guys not? Does he not kind of come around like he used to?
Nah, man, we just been getting our runs in and stuff. We just been doing our little outside the gym work.
Okay, big fight for EJ, Sebastian Fundora. Based on Sebastian Fundora's last performance, what do you think that Earl has to do to best the Towering Inferno?
Uh, Man, I feel like that's a good style. I feel like Fedora throw a lot of punches and stuff, but I feel like that's a style that he'll do good against. Just with him being a type of fighter he is, Fedora being long, EJ a good, real good inside fighter. So I think that that'll be that's a good fight for him.
You think that fight has potential to turn into a slugfest? It's kind of hard to say that it won't, depending on or just based on the results that we've gotten from Sebastian Fundora in the past, that he makes everybody slug.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a outright slugfest. I think they're gonna get into some exchanges, and they both gonna be letting their hands go and stuff. But I don't think it's just gonna be outright just a straight slugfest.
You see EJ getting his hand raised at the end of the night,
Yeah,
and then that would put him squarely back in uh, the big picture at 154, winning him the WBC title. And potentially setting him up with a rematch for Terrence Crawford. Let me ask you, you're close to EJ. Do you feel like redemption is in order for Errol Spence Jr. based on the result last summer with Terrence Crawford?
if that's what he's looking for and that's what he's working towards, yeah, I believe that at a higher weight class and stuff, we'll definitely see a better version of Errol Spence.
Do you see those two getting together again? Do you see any hesitation if he were to win? Do you think that would recharge him, or do you think this potentially could be his last bout?
I think he still got fight left in him for sure. It's up to him. I feel like it's one of them things. He still got fight left in him, but it's just all up to him. Boxing, man, this boxing one of them things. It take a lot out of you. Like to even keep that urge and want to keep going and stuff. So I feel like me personally, I feel like he do got fight in him, a lot of fight left. So that's just up to him if he want to keep it going.
Is that what you glean from him from the training sessions and from the running, which we know is one of the more grueling and tedious things that a fighter does? Is how does he approach those workouts? Does he approach them with vigor?
Yeah, man, we be having fun. We go on our runs and stuff. We be having a good time. So, it ain't never like, sometimes the dull moments, those runs and all that be kind of like where the laughs and all that stuff come in at the boxing gym and all that. That's when it's more like, damn, gotta get this work in. But them runs and all that, those be like the moments where we get our laughs in and all that stuff.
Let me ask you. You brought up the gym. How has life at the gym changed since the addition of Ryan Garcia to the stable? Has there been any changes that you've noticed?
Changes as in what?
just in general, the vibes. I know that there's been Ryan just kind of spouting off beef with this person, that person. Recently, just said that he wanted to fight Errol Spence Jr. You think those are just words, or there's reality to these things?
I don't know. He's saying a lot of stuff right now. You don't know what's reality. You don't know what he acting on. But no, ain't nothing changed. He had his camp when he was out here. He haven't been in the gym since his fight. So, it's been the gym been pretty cool. And don't get me wrong, it's cool when he there. Like when he was there, it wasn't no changes or nothing like that. It was still cool, but ever since he left, he haven't been back since all of the talk and everything he been doing.
With the B sample, what do you think about the B sample? Lastly, I know that you got to get going, and you being so gracious with your time, Frank, and we thank you so much. What do you think about? We had the positive test come out, backed up with the positive B sample that just passed this last week. What are your thoughts on those things?
Man, I just when it come to that, I be just trying not to even, because I don't really know much about it. You know what I mean? Like I don't really know much. I ain't really got into it on what it was and all of that stuff. So I don't really know much about it. So I just kind of like just be in my own little lane when it come to that. Like even do Michelle Rivera when he took something. I still to this day I didn't dig deep and try to figure out everything that he was taking and all that stuff. Like I ain't never really like get into it like that. You know what I mean? Like I believe that if it was taken or all if he was have taken something, that's cold. But you know it's fair play on this end. So
No question. Um, how are you the underdog to topple and to stop Tank Davis?
say that one more time. How am I?
How, how are you the one to stop Tank Davis?
I just feel like I'm gonna come in there with something that, a lot of guys he fought tough fighters and stuff, but styles make fights. I feel like I'm gonna have a more matchable style that can, match some of the things he do as well. So I just feel like it's gonna be one of them fights where, he gonna be real like he gonna be sharp and stuff, but it's gonna be a lot of he can't make the type of mistakes that he make with those other guys against me. When you got a guy who got speed and athleticism just like you, he gonna have to be on top of his game. And like I keep saying, like we got a game plan, for we got a game plan for him. I've been watching him for a long time. Even before the fight, and not just even like, oh, I'm watching you because you know. I'm just studying him in the beginning. I just always just watch his fights and stuff. He's a big fighter, but been watching him for a while. Know the things he like to do and stuff like that. So, I'm just ready to go in there June 15th and show everybody what I'm about too.
Definitely fight fans, a fight not to miss. Tank Davis versus my guy right here, the Ghost, Frank Martin. June 15th, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada, Amazon Prime, pay-per-view. Frank, thank you for your time. Appreciate everybody at PBC. This is Marcus Hayes with Fight Club TV. Until next time, thank you.